The NFL Draft Nerd is here to weave through the world of sports and separate fact from fiction. Get involved. The call-in line's open at 864-240-5480. You can tweet us, we don't call it X, at the NFL Draft Nerd. Now, here's that creed-loving, bird-fearing, football lunatic, Jeremy Greene.
Oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day to be a fan of the Carolina Hurricanes. It's also a beautiful day to be a fan of the New York Knicks. As a guy that grew up a fan of the Knicks, I never thought I would see the day. The New York Knicks are your NBA champions. Beating the San Antonio Spurs. Carolina Hurricanes last night taking out the Vegas Golden Knights in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. I'm not going to lie. I'm happy today. As a Canes fan, I'm very happy to see them win Stanley Cup, first time in 20 years. Rob Brindamore lifts the cup as a coach after lifting it as a player.
No, that's cool.
I am very disappointed by one thing, though. You robbed me of a Game 7 that would have been absolutely bonkers. I was already planning ways to get to Raleigh, to even if I didn't get in the arena, I just wanted to be there to see every bit of it. And we didn't get that. But now we will get a parade in Raleigh on Saturday. I am trying my best to get down there. Saturdays are not easy for me. That is the one that is the one me day. So that will mean I'm working a whole mess of days in a row, but it's worth it to see a title come to the Carolinas. He's Trey Falco. I'm at the NFL Draft Nerd, Jeremy Greene, and you're in Overtime, brought to you by our friends at Ingles Markets. Find them online at ingles-markets.com. This Friday, 4 times fuel points for every dollar spent. That's real savings for all of your travels around just a slew of holidays. I forget how many holidays there are in the summer until the bosses show up and tell me all the days I'm not allowed to come to work.
Well, yeah, there's that.
That's a fun part of being in radio that I don't think other people have. Well, these aren't just off days. These are days that physically you can't be in the building. So enjoy that part of building out all the things over the summer, but not on this day. So this Friday we will all be gone. Plan on playing a little golf. Did that over the weekend. Getting ready for the U.S. Open this weekend.
How's your handicap?
I shot a 75 yesterday, which was that was not a bad day. I was quite dialed in. I also didn't get sunburnt, which for me is if I go out and play 5 hours of golf in the outdoors and I'm not just deep fried when I'm done, that's a win. Are you a fan of the golf there, Mr. Falco?
It's funny because I grew up and my dad's like really into golf. He watches it every Sunday and everything like that. But he tried to get me into the golfs, and it was just maybe it was just not the right time. I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and I would rather play with the grass or drive the golf cart than actually go out and hit the ball. So that didn't really stick.
So you've been partnered up with John Ellis and Richmond Weaver for several years.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to wager this is not your first time dealing with the U.S. Open.
Oh, absolutely not. No, we have a running thing on John's show where we try and pick the winners, and I'm pretty good at cursing the players.
So the one thing I will tell you is I would say Richmond's probably a better golfer than I am. I don't know about John.
Depends on who you ask, I guess. I don't know. I've never been golfing with John. I've heard some horror stories.
Look, you can take one look at me and just assume what a trip to the links looks like. It's about 310 off the tips, and from there it's an adventure.
Yeah.
This is the one weekend of the year that I get to watch the pros do the same thing I do. You hit a drive, you pray.
Oh, yeah.
From there, it's an approach shot in, 190 yards, pray some more. Then you get to the green. Oh, we did that thing that we're all trying to do. Pray harder because these greens are like putting in the parking lot.
Oh, they're brutal.
This is, for me, this is the last event of the football offseason.
Yeah.
I call this the distraction period. The golf does it. The hockey does it. College baseball does it. The NBA did it. Freedom 250. Don't know if you watch that. This may or may not be a popular opinion. I thought it was cool. I thought it was sweet to see the White House in the backdrop, and you got the fighter jets flying over. This weekend was a fever dream for a true sports fan. You just look around and go, there's something happening at in every hour block. There is something to activate your time. My alma mater, which I learned today I can call West Virginia. Apparently you don't need a degree to say you're an alumni.
Go there?
You were there, and that counts, and I didn't know that. So
Is that a West Virginia thing, or is that like
no? Apparently, it's the word alumni. It means that you just were there, which.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm already ordering alumni license plates. Now, if you come looking for my degree, you're not going to find that because it doesn't exist.
I don't think they check those.
Hey, you know what? I've been in this for almost a decade, and nobody's ever checked. But I am pretty open. It ain't there. You check all you want to. It's not there. This was for me I'm a football guy. I've been very honest about that. That's what I do. I work in the NFL draft. I work around the NFL. I'm very into college football. I scout throughout the season. But this weekend was just unabashed fun. This was the most fun I've had just watching the sport. Not trying to analyze it. I'm not going to sit here and explain the Carolina Hurricanes power play. I'm not going to explain to you why the Vegas Golden Knights couldn't score as time went on. I'm seeing it the same way you did as a fan, and I will tell you that has been, in all of the sports, that has been a really welcome thing for me. I've never been a hockey guy. You got me. You 100% got me. The Four Nations, going against Canada, all of the things that we have done, the Olympics, all of it. You roped me into hockey. I can now say very confidently my third favorite sport is hockey.
Oh, nice.
Because it's just more fun to watch on television.
Yeah.
Baseball, at times, can be like watching paint dry. If I'm there,
I'd rather watch paint dry sometimes.
If I'm there, it's great. College World Series has been great. I don't know who any of these kids are. I know West Virginia's got like 3 guys that are going to go in the first 75 picks in the baseball draft. I couldn't tell you their names. To be frank, I don't even really remember what position they play. I know one of them's a pitcher, and he's just a big old beanpole of a pitcher.
Yeah.
But it's been fun just to get back to being a sports fan. You know, I feel like since COVID, it's been harder to just be a sports fan. There's things around everything.
Yeah.
Whether it's a political narrative, whatever it could possibly be. This weekend was just fun. I'm going to tell you a story. I live in a neighborhood that has a restaurant, a bar, a whole bunch of things. It's kind of one of those mixed-use development things. We got a nail salon. We got all kinds of stuff that's like right below my house. I walked down to the restaurant in the neighborhood. It's a big sports bar. They've got televisions up on the wall. There was a guy standing next to me. I don't know exactly how old he was. Had a son with him. Lifelong New York fans. Watching that moment with them was special. The dad said he had been a fan of the Knicks since the 60s.
Oh, wow.
Saw the Willis-Reed game, remembered it like it was yesterday. He knew everything there is to know about the New York Knicks. And to watch a long-suffering fan like that who has watched the disappointments, getting to the NBA Finals, all of the letdowns, all of the things, and to just watch the raw emotion of him was incredible. I had a friend standing beside me. It's from New York. His name's Peter. Big, wonderful human. He's about 2 inches taller than me and outweighs me by a bit. I don't know how much. I've never been good at that.
Yeah.
He was locked in and barely spoke for 4 quarters. And he admitted to me, I'm not a huge basketball fan. I'm a huge New York fan. I know what this means to my dad. I know what this means to my family. I know what this means to the people of New York. And as somebody that's worked in and around the New York Jets for years, I know what it means to New York. And to watch that was special. This is the best part of what we do. Is it the sport we cover and eat and sleep and breathe? No. I started in this business on the NBA draft. That was over a decade ago. I couldn't tell you more than 10 players that are in the NBA draft this year. I know the big guys. I know the second tier that were good college basketball players. And for years now, I've been stuck into that. You're not building the stars. You're not building the interest. You're not building the intrigue, and that's why the NFL and college football are leaving you in the dust. The NBA was handed a gift. The New York Knicks were an absolute gift. Haven't won one of these in 53 years. You've got a kid whose dad was on the staff, is on the staff and played for the team. Mm-hmm. And I just didn't hear a lot of yeah, but. It was the city's electric. Everything's crazy. The seat prices are nuts because it's the hottest ticket in town. And I'll be honest with you, it's been a long time since I felt that way in sports. I feel that way for Super Bowls. I feel that way for college football national championship games. This weekend, I felt that way in hockey. I felt that way in the NBA. The UFC was a little different because they didn't sell tickets, but that felt like a big event.
Yeah.
That's what I've missed for a long time in sports. So many of these sports lost me years ago. Major League Baseball, we talk more about the salary cap, the salary floor than we do the players on the field. I can't stand that. This week, we've had a bunch of teams in Omaha that haven't been here a ton, including my alma mater, West Virginia.
Right.
By the way, demolishing the Rocco's Jello Shot competition. 23,000 Jello Shots in West Virginia Mountaineer fans' faces since Wednesday last week, at last check. It's just felt like sports, and it's been fantastic. I've loved every second of it. Hockey's got me. I'm into hockey. The NBA, I'll watch with at least a precursory interest. I'm not sitting here telling you I'm going to break down the half-court defense of the San Antonio Spurs anytime soon. But it was enjoyable to watch. Now we have the NBA draft coming up. We've got the U.S. Open this weekend. We've still got the Open Championship later in the summer. And then the next thing you know, we're breaking camp. Already going through OTAs in the NFL, already talking about things in the college football world. It's close. It's not here yet, but it's close. We're to the take some vacations, enjoy a little time, but we'll still be right here to talk all the sports. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. You're in Overtime, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Check them out online, ingles-markets.com. You can get in touch with the show. That's really what the show is. You call in, you text in, we talk about what you want to talk about. Call in line 864-240-5480. That's 864-240-5480. Or if you don't have time for a call or you just don't want to stay on the line, hit us with a text, 864-777-9593. We will be back right after this commercial break on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Good things come in fours, like ukulele strings, boy band members, and PayPal Pay in 4. No fees, no interest, no impact on your credit score. Just the flexibility to pay the way that works for you. Strum it, hum it, pay it in 4. Download the PayPal app to get started. Subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payin4. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457.
For knee replacement, trust the expert who collaborated with Stryker to refine the new Mako robotic power system. Choose board-certified orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Frank Armacida at the Surgery Center at Pelham.
With this technology, I can put it with such a high level of precision that I'm getting it within a fraction of a millimeter and really make a custom fit for each individual patient.
Schedule your consultation at the world's first ASC to offer Mako RPS for total knee replacement. Surgery Center at Pelham.com.
This summer, we are throwing the biggest patriotic party of the year. July 18th, Harley-Davidson of Greenville becomes the home of the Celebrate America concert. And the lineup is stacked. Country superstar Brantley Gilbert headlines the night. Joined by the powerhouse energy of Coffee Anderson and the heart and soul of Demon Jones. Live music, American pride, and the roar of freedom all in one place, one night only. Don't miss your chance to be a part of something unforgettable. Tickets are limited. Get yours today at h-dog.com/Brantley. Celebrate America concert, July 18th, Harley-Davidson of Greenville.
Jake from State Farm.
You got a text from Soaring Eagle.
10-4.
Celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like customer service associate at a dry cleaning shop.
Yeah, hi. I'm here to pick up my suit.
Ah, yes. Here you go.
There must be a mistake. This is too small.
It shrunk a whole lot. Look on the bright side. Now you have a suit you can give to a child.
This is the job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
It's been a day of draws so far at the World Cup. Belgium and Egypt finished 1-1 in Seattle. This comes after the shock of the tournament so far. Earlier in the afternoon in Atlanta, as one of the pre-tournament favorites, Spain was held scoreless by Cape Verde as the teams played to a draw.
A 0-0 draw with the European champion Spain.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
We're back in overtime here on 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. He's Trey Falco. I'm at the NFL Draft Nerd, Jeremy Greene. The World Cup. It's the biggest thing happening in sports right now. Soccer it can be a hoot.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know how I am with my sports consumption. This has had me in a chokehold. I've had World Cup on my TV since Thursday.
Really?
Left. Yes, I think I've missed 2 matches.
I watched the U.S. game Friday night.
That was a good match.
And that one I was locked in.
Yeah.
When look, I am a very basic, very simple sports guy. You hide it behind a flag, and I'm in. I was doing it last night in the UFC. I don't even know who these fighters are.
Yeah.
But the guy rocking the U.S. trunks, that's probably the one I'm rooting for. The World Cup, to me, there are just certain things about this that I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand why there is this just absolute incessant, every time somebody breathes on you, fall down.
Oh, yeah. I figured that one out.
That irks me. I mean, I know why you're doing it, because you're trying to push everything down the line. I get it.
Yeah.
I just don't know why we allow you to do it. But I did, Tank Spencer and I were doing our daily show today, and we started talking about what would be the coolest thing you could see in sports. For me, growing up as a Knicks fan, I always wanted to see a Knick world title. Now, it actually happened. I've kind of tapped out on the sport, but it still hit. It still locked me in front of the television. I watched every game of the finals and watched pretty much every minute of the last 3 games.
Yeah.
One of the things that we discussed, we did our daily draft, and we were talking about what would be the coolest thing you could see. One of my later picks was the U.S. to win a World Cup.
That would be, yeah.
Because I think that's what we have to do for soccer to become the thing in this country that it is in other places.
Yep.
I am a little biased, obviously, because we are in a Carolina Hurricane market. That is one of the reasons that I was so locked in to the hockey, is because I had a team to root for. There was also a bad guy in the Vegas Knights because John Tortorella is, not my favorite person. I would like to know, has the Marriott sent him his clothes back yet? Because, John, you will not be coming back for Game 7. That's why you don't ever leave clothes somewhere that you don't know you're going to be invited back to. I learned that in my dating life. Lost some good hoodies that way.
We've all been there.
Don't assume the invite if it hasn't been made. I think soccer could do the same thing if the U.S. were to make a run in this tournament. I don't know it, but I think it. Obviously, I'm out in public a lot because I don't ever cook at home. So virtually every meal that I eat comes from somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And the World Cup's been on everywhere I've gone.
Yeah.
It lost the main television to the hockey. It lost the main television to the NBA. But I will tell you, I've seen pictures from inside restaurants today where big screen, guess what's on? The World Cup.
World Cup.
I think that will be a fun story throughout the summer. Obviously, you can hear every game of the World Cup right here on 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. And all of our sister Fox stations throughout the iHeartMedia family, depending on where you are. I think soccer could have a nice bump from the World Cup because, look, I think the United States is good. What I saw,
especially this year,
that team, they're not the best team out there. But then look, you watch Spain today.
Oh, man.
That didn't look all that impressive. I do have to tell you, we have a friend of the show. His name's Nathan. He's legitimately the worst gambler I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, okay.
I think we went 74 days during the football season where he wagered every single block. He had something in every block.
Really?
He never won.
Oh, well.
If he would have won, he cashed out early. He panicked, hit cash out, and he didn't win as much as he could have.
Yeah. He bet on Spain? Is that what you're about to tell me?
He had an 8-leg parlay. First leg, Spain money line, minus 888. And they tied. He said it to me, and literally the only thing that I could send back was the FBI has to be actively studying you. You are a weapon of bet destruction. But I think the soccer is going to get a nice bump from the World Cup. I haven't been as locked in as Trey. But that's mainly because I've had the hockey and I've had the basketball and I've had the baseball. Right. I've had other things pulling on my time. Now that we're to this point, soccer, if you're ever going to do it, this is your opportunity. Mm-hmm. In America, not elsewhere, here. The team is in it. The U.S. is hosting it. And this is your time to shine. You can get involved with the show through our text line, 864-777-9593. And our buddy Soaring Eagle has done just that. Said, with no NFL, NBA, or NHL, your best choice now is to start watching Formula One. Because your choices are watch Lewis Hamilton begin his charge for an 8th world championship after finally winning his first Grand Prix with Ferrari, or watch a guy from Ghana get booped on the nose on a soccer field by a guy from Panama and fall down like he's been punched in the nethers. Your choice. That part of soccer does really irk me.
Yeah.
Just
it's a bit excessive.
Be a man. Like, look, if you get hit and you're trying to get the foul call, I get it. A penalty card, whatever. If that's what you're trying to do, I get it. But you got breathed on and then you lay there like Peter Griffin going, for 5 minutes, you lose me on that every single time.
Wasn't it the USA game with against Paraguay where the guy fell over and then the replay assist came back because they gave a yellow card, I think, to the USA player, and the replay assist came back and was like, no, he never touched him, and so they reversed the yellow card to the player that faked it, basically.
That was correct, and I love that. I wish it was a red card. It would make this stop happening.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yep.
You give him a red card for faking it like that, I promise it'll stop in an hour. We can have this whole thing eradicated by Thursday and just have a good old time for the rest of the summer.
Wrap it up.
Now, as for the Formula One, I'm not a car guy. I don't know if you're into racing in any way.
Not my thing.
I can watch the big events. The thing with Formula One is I don't know what the big events are.
That's fair.
That is one thing that I have noticed with the ancillary sports is that for me to get involved in it, you have to be able to tell me what the big events are.
Yeah.
I'll give you NASCAR, for example, or a guy, Just Jeff, big NASCAR guy. He has forgotten more about NASCAR than I'll ever know. It's very easy to point out on the NASCAR schedule, these are the events that are the biggest. Whether it's the Daytona 500, Coca-Cola 600, Brickyard 400. There are a lot of them there. And I know they call the Brickyard something else now, but it'll always be the Brickyard to me. That's easy for me to digest. It's easy for me to digest with the hockey. The Stanley Cup playoffs, that's the thing. The regular season, meh. And honestly, I don't even think they care if you watch the regular season. They want you to. But I think they've largely tapped out. We sell out for the playoffs. I'm not against watching Formula One or anything like that. I don't understand it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know which races mean more, which ones are the legacy cups, which one are the legacy races. Those are things I feel like I need to know. Everything else, it's pretty simple to digest. And look, I'm a simple guy. I'm basic. I don't want to have to think about my sports. It's another thing that I've noticed over the last few weeks as I've become a non-backslid sports fan again for the last few weeks. I need it to be simple. I don't want to have to think all that hard about what you're doing. Soaring Eagle followed it up with, the big events are the races towards the end of the season because the championship fight really heats up then, and every point, every win, every little detail counts. Legacy races are Monaco. I actually did know that one. Silverstone, and 90% of the European races.
Okay.
That's another part of it. I don't know anything about Europe. I like seeing places that I've been before. I know. I'm maddeningly inconsistent. It's fine. I'm the same guy that loves peanut butter, loves jelly, hates peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
I get it.
That little tidbit.
I can be a maddening individual. But I have been really happy over the last couple weeks of just how all of these things have gone. I think it's been a perfect handful of weeks in sports. And I just haven't seen that. The bubble in the NBA did a number on them. The NHL had a strike many years ago that killed some momentum they had. I feel like hockey's has dug all the way back to where they were. The NBA is still behind that. College basketball's not doing them any favors. Adam Silver's not doing them any favors. Expansion's not going to do them any favors. I also love the fact that now the NBA draft lottery punishes the worst team in the league, which is, I think, the dumbest thing I've ever heard somebody say out loud.
Yep.
Hey, really bad team, we're going to double down and give you not nearly as good a chance to get that player you need because, well, you lost a game in April and your fans were sad. No, they weren't.
So why? And this is just me being a very, very casual basketball fan, but explain to me why we couldn't do like the NFL model and we have to go with the lottery ticket model in the NBA for the draft. Like, I feel like it works pretty. I mean, I guess I don't know. I feel like it works pretty well there with the NFL.
So there are a couple answers to that. One is the NBA is filled with conspiracy theorist guy that thinks everybody's out to get them.
There is that, yeah.
I mean, look, all the way back to the frozen envelope with Patrick Ewing. I worked a handful of years on the NBA draft. I had to go over that every single year. There are people in that room that are sworn to secrecy. That is how tight this thing is, and people still think they're cheating.
Right.
They still think it's a government conspiracy that the owner of 7 teams goes back there, and 6 of them go, you know what? I'm okay that you just completely screwed me over. I'm going to go out here and lie about it just to do your bit. There are people that actively believe that. I don't know why they believe it, but there are some that do. Why do they not do that? Because the NBA thinks we care about tanking. I will die on this hill. I think that is the one word that the most commissioners and powers that be around sports use that no fan cares about. I've been doing this. I've been doing it every day for 6 years. I've been doing it on radio for 10 years. I don't think I've ever had a fan whine about their team tanking.
Right.
I've never heard it, not once. Do fans like their team being bad? No. But if you're in the discussion for a pick that high, it means you're bad.
Yeah.
B-A-double-D, bad. And now, why does the NBA use the lottery formula? The short answer is because long ago they figured out that one player can completely turn around a franchise.
Right.
And so teams would look at the draft upcoming, and they were willing to just sacrifice the farm to get that number 1 pick. Magic Johnson with the Lakers, Larry Bird with the Boston Celtics. That one guy completely changes the franchise. I would argue you have not really had more than 4 or 5 of those guys in the last 25 years. The ironic part is 2 of them have wound up on the same team. Tim Duncan and Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
I think the lottery is an outdated, really stupid idea. And now they're just doubling down on it of we're trying to avoid tanking. I don't know why this is so hard for Adam Silver to understand. The only incentive to watch your games when your team is eliminated from the playoffs is to see where they wind up in the lottery.
Yeah.
And now you just took that away. What do you think that's going to do? Do you think it's going to make teams hold up picket signs outside their arena to say, we want you to try to be 22-60? No, we're busy.
Yeah.
It's a busy life. I don't have 82 games, 3 hours at a clip to give to you. If my team's not good, the only thing that keeps me coming back is the principle that one day I'm going to wind up with Luka Doncic, or I'm going to wind up with Victor Wembanyama.
Sure.
The Jalen Brunsons are very rare in this world. By the way, irony, Dallas Mavericks drafted Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson in the same draft, now have neither one of them, and got virtually nothing for them. You want to cure the ills of your sport? Stop worrying about the lottery and start worrying about that. I could not stop thinking about that over the course of the NBA Finals. I'm watching Jalen Brunson after I've already watched Dallas basically get gifted Cooper Flag in whatever that lottery thing is.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around going, you know what he could really benefit from? A Jalen Brunson, who oddly enough was on this team, and you didn't pay him because you had to pay Luka, and then you traded Luka a year and a half later. You want to fix your problems? Fix your stupid GMs, because there are a lot of them. And I'm going to get off the NBA soapbox, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you, there's getting ready to be another one in this offseason. And it's whoever trades the entire team to get Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yep.
Because, hey, you want to know what you get if you take a nicely built roster and you gut it to get Giannis Antetokounmpo? You get the Milwaukee Bucks. You get exactly what he's in right now. And a team's going to do it. I don't know who it is, but a team's going to do it. You mentioned the NFL and how the draft process works there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another thing that we don't do in the NFL, they do in the NBA. You can't trade draft picks 10 years from now.
Oh, dude. Yeah, well, but aren't the Browns trying to get 5 years out or something?
Yeah, and it will go absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
It'll go absolutely nowhere because no owner outside of the Browns seems to have any interest in doing that because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Trading picks out there was and I was surfing along the interwebs getting ready for this little tirade that I was going to go on at some point today.
Yeah.
And I found an article it was AP story, and it was 10 NBA trades that we want to see around the NBA draft. Every single one of them had a draft pick that started with 203. That's 5 drafts from now.
Yeah.
Why in the world would you be doing that? You're so worried about a team tanking right now when they've traded picks of guys that are currently in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
That's what's killing your teams, not the tanking. Nobody cares. If you're not a contender, be bad. This is one of my most basic rules of sports. Where teams make mistakes, and Trey, you are one of the best human beings on the planet to be in the same room with me, even though it is digitally this time, for me to say this. Who is your favorite team in all of sports?
Oh, Pittsburgh Steelers.
What has been the biggest problem of the Pittsburgh Steelers for the last 15 years?
Oh, well, 15 years. Playoffs. They can't get over the hump.
You make it, but you're not really a threat.
Right, yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I will say recent years we've been, for a city of bridges, we sure do like a bridge quarterback.
You do love a bridge quarterback.
And then You know, you got Ben Roethlisberger there, and he's obviously declining. And we decided, instead of going after that guy, somebody that could, one day take over and be the next franchise guy, we're just gonna, draft anything and everything but that.
And why have you done that?
That is a fantastic question.
Oh, it's a very easy one to answer, too, once you know the answer.
Yeah.
So I have pulled up the last, I'm just going to safely go 10 years.
Okay.
Would you like to know the number of the first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers every year for the last 10 years?
Oh, well, yeah, 20, 21, 19. I think we got up there. Then we traded for Minka at 1 year, so didn't have a first round that year.
You've gone 21, 21, 20, 14, 20,
That's right, 14.
24, 17, a 10, but you had to trade up to get it, and it was Devin Bush, a kid that you missed on badly.
Yeah.
28, 30, 25. You never cratered out.
Right.
Is it ironic to anybody but me that the Kansas City Chiefs looked at a team with 6 weeks to go? This is before Pat got hurt. They looked at a team 6 weeks to go and went, this is the worst it's going to be. So what did they do? Just lose.
Yeah.
You're not making the playoffs. What good does it do you to finish 16?
Right.
Just keep losing. There's no incentive to win. You know who really needs a win at the end of the year? The Jets, who have been here at 4-13, 5-12, 6-11 for a decade. We're trying to build something with the roster. Stop trying. You would have Trevor Lawrence if you had not tried to do that.
Yep.
I remember it like it was yesterday. Meaningless win over the Los Angeles Rams that didn't change anything, but it gave you Zach Wilson instead of Trevor Lawrence.
What a trade.
I don't know how good of a look you've taken around the competitors in every sport. You know what all of them have in common? They've all picked in the top 10 at some point in the last handful of years.
Mm-hmm.
San Antonio Spurs.
Yep.
Did you notice something about that roster? They have 3 guys that have been picked in the top 5 of the last 5 drafts.
Yeah.
One of them comes off the bench and would probably be the second best player on half the teams in the NBA. Because that's how the game is played. In a salary cap era, whether it's the NBA, the NHL, the NFL, or Major League Baseball, that's the only one without a cap, and that's a whole nother can of worms. If you want to get good, get bad first. Because the quickest way to good is to be absolutely awful and do it right. Victor Wembanyama, proof positive of that. New York Knicks, hey, guess what? They got a bunch of pretty high draft picks too. They didn't hit on all of them. They traded a lot of them to get higher-end players, but they still had them. It blows my mind to watch this be a discussion and to have it talked about around such a great NBA Finals. Oh, we're so worried about tanking. No, you're not. No, you're not. You can get involved in the show through the call-in line, 864-240-5480, and I believe we have a caller on the line. Caller, who's this?
Hello?
Hello. Who is this? I do not believe our caller can hear us.
Hello?
Hello.
Give me 1 second.
You're on with us.
I got to change the board real quick.
Now.
Oh.
There we go. Now I think you can hear me.
Yeah, can you hear him now, Rob?
I can.
There we go. We're swapping things in the studio.
Apologies. We switched out the entire server, and there are a lot of buttons. We just have to figure out which button is the right button.
Jeremy's not currently coming in on the normal pot.
Okay. I mean, do I need to call back?
No, you're good. You're on the air now. We're good. As long as you can hear Jeremy.
Okay.
Yes, sir. What can we do for you, Roger?
Oh, I'm sorry, my only air.
Yeah.
Still in technical difficulty land.
We were there for a minute, but we figured it out. Trey hit a button. I'm still not sure which button it was, but I think we got it figured out now.
I'll show you one day.
Okay. But we're on the air now?
We are, yeah.
Oh, this is live radio, folks. You never know.
You never know. It does work that way sometimes.
But I had the answer to the Jeopardy question of why Pittsburgh is in the position they're in, or you phrased it a different way, to me it's a question of why they are treading water and they don't seem to go up or down. They just stay at water level. They stay just right at the surface, just enough so they can breathe. They never really get above the surface too much.
Yes, sir.
But to me, it's the fan base is a big problem there. And it's not because they're not passionate, because they are passionate. But in this situation, I think it works against them. I don't think that they would accept, because they're very intuitive and they're very perceptive of what the team is doing. If you tried to tank a year or even had the perception of that you weren't trying to win that division, there would be a full-out revolt. And other fan bases aren't like that. Other fan bases understand when you're trying to get up to get a high draft pick, to get a quarterback, to get your future going. I think that if they would level with the fans and say, look, we're tired of going to the automotive yard, to the salvage yard for a quarterback. We're gonna let this year ride out and just, we might win 3 games, we might win 4, but we're not really serious about a playoff run. If they would just be upfront with the fans, I think and at the end result they said, we're going to get a top 5 pick. We're going to make sure we get a top 5 pick if we have to trade all 3 rivers to do it. I think the fans would accept that, but I think they're scared to tank it out. I just don't think because that city lives and breathes in football.
Yeah, see, I'm going to push back because I think it's Art Rooney that doesn't want to lose. Because I've talked to enough Steelers fans, my family included, that want to run it back with Will Howard or somebody and get a top 5 draft pick so we can find our guy, because we're tired of this, quarterback purgatory that we've been in. And you've got Art Rooney selling the house, basically, that, well, we're going to run it back with Aaron Rodgers. We're going to bring in Mike McCarthy and all this, because I think he's deluded enough to think that he can win a Super Bowl with an Aaron Rodgers, and it's not going to happen with this roster.
No, he is deluded enough. You're right. I agree with that.
One of the things I will say about Pittsburgh Steelers fans is that they're very, very passionate. They also haven't had a lose. I'm going to ask both of you this question because I know neither one of you can see my screen right now. Do you know the last time the Pittsburgh Steelers won less than 8 games in a season?
I would say 2006.
It was with Cowher, wasn't it?
It was 2003. It was with Bill Cowher. It was 2003. That was 23 years ago.
Yeah.
I was a junior in high school. That's how long ago it's been.
Yeah. And the next year they drafted Roethlisberger, but then I was thinking 2006 because that's when he decided to become Evel Knievel and had that motorcycle wreck, and his season was terrible. And then the next year they got Mike Tomlin.
That's exactly right. They went 8-8 that year.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking 2006 because of that motorcycle wreck in the offseason after they won the Super Bowl. But anyway, I think you're right about the fans. Oh, I know you're right about the fans, but about Rooney, I agree. I don't know. Roethlisberger was a good pick, but he wasn't a surefire. I think he was drafted like number 7 or 8.
He was at the end of the top 10. He was somewhere in there. 11 stuck in my head, but I can't tell you that's right.
But he played at Miami of Ohio, and everybody was excited that kind of a local guy, and he fit right into that culture.
Yeah.
That it's Pittsburgh is like a mix of West Virginia, Kentucky, and South Ohio.
Pittsburgh loves their guys.
It's Western Pennsylvania. It's blue collar. It's not Philadelphia.
No, Pennsylvania is one of the wildest.
Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, 2 cities, completely different in the same state. But anyway,
Pennsylvania is one of the wildest states you'll ever see because it's basically 7 different states in the exact same state.
Yeah, Kentucky, Virginia.
Yeah.
I went to college literally not 30 minutes outside of Pennsylvania, and I spent a lot of time there. And the further around that state you drive, the more you go. Is this a different country?
It's great, though. I got family up there.
I love it. I was just there for the draft, and I loved every second of it.
Well, I don't think I'm going to. I pull for the Steelers because of the family connection, but I don't know what they're going to end up with as far as a pick. But with Rodgers, even at his age and his skill level, they'll win 6 games.
Yeah.
They'll win 6. I don't know that they'll win any more than that. That's my over-under to me is 7.
What's funny is we were just discussing the Steelers a couple days ago on my daily show, and we looked at the schedule, and I don't know how deep you've dug into the schedule. The first 11 weeks of the Steelers' schedule is shockingly easy. The back 7 is a gauntlet, but this is a team that I think is going to be better than people think. If for nothing else, because they're going to start hot, and I can't remember all of the teams off the top of my head. There are a lot of winnable games early. And Aaron Rodgers, I know this because I lived this roller coaster for 2 years, one that the roller coaster never actually started. Right, I got to sit down in it, and then they told me that, nope, we forgot to put gas in it. You got to get out. The second year was it was not a whole lot of fun.
Like that Devontae Adams trick play?
Yeah. Statistically, he had a good year. It wasn't his fault that they ended up, he did all he could do. But I just think it's a fairy tale to think he can repeat that again or have as good a year as he had. He had a pretty decent year. I wanted them to move on from him and give the kid from Penn State a shot or give Howard a shot, because I don't think I want to get a high draft pick. I'd like to see them in the top 5. I don't think with Aaron Rodgers you're going to get you're not going to get there unless he gets hurt. I don't want him to get hurt. I'd like him to have a healthy year. I'd like him to win 9 or 10 games, get healthy, get in the playoffs, take your shot. But they're in between. They've been in between for years. They've been in between. They will win their customary 8 or 9 games if he's healthy, maybe 10. Only good outside is 10. But then what do? You take your chances. But I've always wanted them to, because they haven't been historically outside of Roethlisberger. They're not a young quarterback team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very much so. I mean, in the last.
You got 1 minute.
Well, I mean, you just look at the number of quarterbacks and who the quarterbacks are that have played for this team. There's a lot more Bubby Brister and Mike Tomczak than there has been Roethlisberger.
Yeah. Exactly. Roethlisberger, he fell to them. They took him. They had to take him. There was no real other option, and it worked out great. But prior to him, you have to go all the way back to 1970, 71 with Bradshaw.
Oh, it's a very interesting franchise. And I have and Roger, we appreciate the call. We're up against a hard out.
They got to run the ball.
For sure. I have a conspiracy theory on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we'll get to that on the other side of this break. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. You're in overtime. We'll be back right after this.
104.9 Fox Sports Upstate weather.
This is WYFF News 4 Chief Meteorologist Chris Justice with your forecast. The payoff is here. We've got lower humidity, and it feels fantastic outside. Low 60s as we head into the overnight hours. And get this, high temperatures on Tuesday with some sunshine, 79 degrees. Wow. We start to warm things back up on Wednesday, 86
Thank you. What do we got, 9 minutes here?
By Thursday and Friday, big changes come our way.
Well, yeah, that's just getting us to the top, and then you got the 2 minutes on the flip side. So, I mean, we're not back until probably 3.
10-4.
All right.
Thanks, bro.
Yes, sir.
eBay is home to millions of finds, and each one becomes part of your story. From your favorite vintage band tee to the dream car you've been searching for or the foul ball you heroically gave away. It's all there on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
America is turning 250, and iHeartRadio is celebrating with $250,000 in cash. Weekdays through July 4th. Listen for your chance to win $2,500 so you can take the ultimate American getaway.
Sponsored locally by Ingles. Heading out on your own America 250 getaway? Start at Ingles Markets for road trip snacks, drinks, and must-haves the whole family will love. Plus, save on fuel with your Ingles Advantage card. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Do you have a question about your home? Y'all call Wally.
Welcome to Y'all Call Wally with Waldrop Plumbing
Air and Electric's Wally the Walrus. Let's go to our first caller. How can we help you, Steve?
Yeah, Wally, how do I know if my AC is making cold air like it used to?
Well, when you hold your hand in front of it, is it cold?
I mean, cold-ish.
Cold-ish is not what we're going for.
I'm no expert, but I think it used to feel colder than this. If it's gonna be stinking hot out, I need to know if my AC can keep up.
Then you should call us for a same-day inspection. Our technicians will do a thorough assessment with professional tools and gauges. But the average homeowner is surprisingly good at feeling that something isn't right.
Not that you're an average homeowner there, Steve. As a regular listener, I'm sure you're definitely above average.
No offense taken, Dan. My wife and I actually have 2.3 children, so...
2 point... Join us again next time, folks, on...
.com.
The Upstate's home team is back in action June 23rd through June 28th. So get ready for more exciting action, memorable moments, and the best entertainment value in the Upstate. Lock in your seats now at greenvilledrive.com.
Imagine this. You pull off the lot on a brand new Harley, and in your hand are 2 free tickets to see Brantley Gilbert live. That's what's happening right now at Harley Davidson in Greenville. Purchase any bike before July 17th, and we'll hand you 2 complimentary tickets to the Celebrate America concert with Brantley Gilbert, Coffee Anderson, and Demon Jones live July 18th. It's the ride of your life and the concert of the summer all in one deal. Don't wait. This offer is only available through July 17th, and tickets are going fast. Stop by Harley Davidson in Greenville today at 30 Crum Drive or visit h-dog.com/Brantley.
The MoonPay X Games Sacramento will deliver 3 days of world-class action sports and live music by Cascade, Mustard, and Subtronics June 26th through 28th. Watch the debut of the MoonPay X Games League where the world's best athletes compete for their team championship on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2. Fans everywhere can also stream every moment worldwide on the ESPN app, Roku Sports Channel, X Games YouTube, Kick, and the X Games TV Fast channel on Amazon. June 26th through 28th. Don't miss out on the action.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free, so you can drive with peace of mind. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Good things come in 4s. Like ukulele strings, boy band members, and PayPal Pay in 4. No fees, no interest, no impact on your credit score. Just the flexibility to pay the way that works for you. Strum it, hum it, pay it in 4. Download the PayPal app to get started. Subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payin4. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this late-night ad to make you more alert, which could help your driving. And science tells us that pulsing beats faster, stimulating audio like traveling sound, and voices on the higher,
so-called brighter end of the audio spectrum like this can encourage focus.
Also, a familiar tune can help, so...
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Well, his name's Tuck.
They call him Howl.
Our names fit together just like peaches and cream.
When hot weather comes to town,
We'll always be around. Tuck and Howl, proud to be a perfect team.
I'm Jay Mahaffey, and this is my wow.
This is my wow?
Sorry, honey, but it looks like the humidity has gotten to your hair.
No kidding. It's South Carolina. It's humid.
We can't fix the humidity outside.
But your home should never feel humid inside.
Our policy is this. We always repair what can be repaired, period.
We only talk about replacing your system if we've tried everything else first.
Our whole home dehumidifiers guarantee more comfort in your home and less,
Wow.
You're beautiful just as you are.
Nice try.
Always, always leading with heart since 1969.
Just remember tuckandhowl.com.
For knee replacement, trust the expert who collaborated with Stryker to refine the new Mako robotic power system. Choose board-certified orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Frank Armacida at the Surgery Center at Pelham.
With this technology, I can put it with such a high level of precision that I'm getting it within a fraction of a millimeter and really make a custom fit for each individual patient.
Schedule your consultation at the world's first ASC to offer Mako RPS for total knee replacement. Surgery Center at Pelham.com.
This Father's Day weekend, it's time to celebrate Dad the right way at Palmetto State Armory. Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon only. Spend $300 or more and get a free PSA cooler while supplies last. Plus, enjoy exclusive savings like 20% off Costa sunglasses, men's clothing, and more at Palmetto State Armory.
America's 250th anniversary is a big event, and if you're promoting a business, your advertising plan needs to be bigger than one channel. iHeart can help you message up to July 4th across podcast and radio. Call 844-844-iHeart today to get started.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Kohl's Father's Day gifts are so good, Dad won't be able to stop bragging about them. To his friends, to his barber, to the server who did not ask. He'll even brag to you, the person who literally bought it for him. From comfy polos to stylish shoes and more, plus 20% off across the store. Get gifts Dad'll be talking about for months at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. You've been warned. Select styles. Offer ends June 21st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Number one on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. From the Ingalls studio, this is WROO-FM Malden, 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed
It's finally tied it up against Saudi Arabia. It's 1-1 in World Cup play in Miami tonight on FS1. They're in the 95th minute. Uruguay has completely dominated the second half. Later tonight, in an hour, in Los Angeles, it's Iran against New Zealand on FS1. Earlier, Belgium tied it against Egypt on a goal with the 66th minute. It was 1-1 the final. And Spain and Cape Verde played to a scoreless tie, even though Spain had over 70% of the possession. American star Christian Pulisic practiced on the side today due to his calf injury. To Major League Baseball in Philadelphia with Zach Wheeler on the mound. The Phillies are leading 3-0 over the Miami Marlins in the bottom of the fourth. Royals now have the lead at Washington 3-2 in the bottom of the fifth inning. Reds lead 9-0 over the Mets after 2 innings, and Chase Burns on the mound for Cincinnati, ERA of 2 this year. I'm Steve DeSager.
This summer, we're throwing the biggest patriotic party of the year. July 18th, Harley-Davidson of Greenville becomes the home of the Celebrate America concert. And the lineup is stacked. Country superstar Brantley Gilbert headlines the night. Joined by the powerhouse energy of Coffee Anderson and the heart and soul of Demon Jones. Live music, American pride, and the roar of freedom all in one place, one night only. Don't miss your chance to be a part of something unforgettable. Tickets are limited. Get yours today at h-dog.com/Brantley. Celebrate America concert, July 18th, Harley-Davidson of Greenville.
The Upstate's home team is back in action June 23rd through June 28th. So get ready for more exciting action, memorable moments, and the best entertainment value in the Upstate. Lock in your seats now at GreenvilleDrive.com.
Earn $70 in TBC rewards when you donate blood with the Blood Connection. Local patients need your help. Will you be the reason someone gets another tomorrow? Only 3% donate, and that's not enough. Donate today. Visit thebloodconnection.org. Some exclusions apply.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
When you're planning your next job, options matter. Now in stock at Lowe's. Get the roofing brands you trust.
I'm reasonably sure this has set the record for longest commercial break I've ever taken.
More colors to choose from. Shingles and accessories.
It's been a minute.
We took one time that Tank and I fought for 52 solid minutes, and I think it was about this long.
Oh, really? Hey, you got to get them sponsors in, man.
We were screaming at each other for 50 minutes, and Tank went, "We have to take a break because we haven't done that yet."
We need to do that thing
The NFL Draft Nerd is here to weave through the world of sports and separate fact from fiction. Get involved. The call-in line's open at 864-240-5480. You can tweet us, we don't call it X, at the NFL Draft Nerd. Now, here's that creed-loving, bird-fearing, football lunatic, Jeremy Greene.
Hour 2 here on a Monday night. You're in overtime. I'm at the NFL Draft Nerd, Jeremy Greene. He's Trey Falco. Talking about all of the stories you want to talk about in sports. It's your show. That's the beauty of this show. We go where you take us. You can get involved in the show with the call-in line, 864-240-5480. That's 864-240-5480. Or you can hit us with a text, 864-777-9593. We've talked about the Stanley Cup. We've talked about the NBA playoffs. We've talked about everything around the sporting world. But at the end of the last hour, we had Roger, one of our favorites, call in talking about his Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm going to give a conspiracy theory.
Ooh, okay.
Look, I'm still reasonably new here in the upstate of South Carolina. We're still all getting to know me. And one thing about me that I am out of my mind. I don't think birds are real. It's not a joke. I really don't. I think birds are government surveillance drones. Actually, it's more pigeons. I think there are real birds. Right. I just don't think pigeons are real.
Pigeons are weird. I could give you that one.
You ever seen a baby pigeon?
No.
Nope.
I don't think so.
And I'll go ahead and tell you, Google it. If you Google it right now, you'll go, I have never seen anything that looks like that in my life, and if I have, I would have run away from it in the opposite direction. Baby pigeons are weird-looking little things.
They are kind of weird.
They're weird-looking. You've never seen ones because they don't exist. It's a lie from the government. I have a conspiracy theory with the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is, I think the Steelers have hedged their bets in the best way humanly possible.
Ooh, okay. All right.
So we were talking at the end of the last hour that the Pittsburgh Steelers have not won less than 8 games since 2003.
Right.
There's a deeper layer to that of if you go all the way back to 1988. To 1988, which is the year after I was born. In 37 years, the Pittsburgh Steelers have won less than 7 games. Exactly twice.
Yep.
This team is the bastion of stability. There's a flip side of that. They've only won more than 12 games 3 times.
Ooh,
they live 8-8, now 8-9. It was 8-8 for the longest time. They've lived 8-9, 9-8, 10-7, 11-6, 12-5. Practically every year has been some iteration of what I just said. One of the big culprits of that was Mike Tomlin.
Yep.
There were not a ton of highs. There were virtually no lows. But there were some issues with Mike Tomlin. He's a good coach. I think he'll be a coach again in the NFL. I think if he had wanted to be a coach again in the NFL this year, he would have been. He doesn't develop quarterbacks. He has absolutely no offensive system whatsoever. He is beholden to whoever will take the OC job.
Just avoid the middle of the field. That's all you got to do.
And that leaves him very vulnerable.
Yeah.
So over the course of his tenure with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he had Ben Roethlisberger for a lot of years that I think he covered a lot of ills. To me, Ben Roethlisberger is an easy first ballot Hall of Famer. Some people will disagree with that. I think those people are out of their minds. Ben Roethlisberger, to me, is an easy first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't think Phillip Rivers is. I didn't think Eli Manning would be, but I do think that Ben Roethlisberger will be. That covered a really bad offensive issue that happened with Tomlin. And I'm going to give you an example. Robert Saleh is a guy that I know quite well. Obviously coached the Jets. He's been around the horn. He had one great end to the NFL world, and that was Kyle Shanahan. He and Kyle Shanahan were really close. He was also really close with the LaFleur brothers, Mike and Matt LaFleur.
Mm-hmm.
When he got an NFL head coaching job, the first thing he did was hire Mike LaFleur, currently the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, going into his first year. That was an arranged marriage that had been arranged for years. They were in each other's weddings.
Oh, wow.
Mike Tomlin didn't have a guy like that.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin had Arthur Smith and Matt Canada. Oh. Just a lot of guys that get hired nowhere else.
Yeah. You got Bill on the text line.
And so you get to a certain point where you just start throwing things at the wall to see what sticks, and that's kind of what the offense became.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll get into my conspiracy theory. The Pittsburgh Steelers moved on from Mike Tomlin, and I swear to God they hired his doppelganger. Because the difference, I've never seen Mike McCarthy and Mike Tomlin in the same room at the same time. I've never seen it, but I'm telling you, I'm afraid they're the same guy.
Yeah.
Because Tomlin was really consistent defensively, and he had issues offensively. McCarthy has been really consistent offensively and had issues defensively. I think they did it on purpose. If you look at the coaching search for the Pittsburgh Steelers, there was not a lot of thinking outside the box.
What search?
They did interview Nate Scheelhaas, which I did for a minute think, we're going to do that thing.
Chris Shula, maybe?
Maybe. We have a text on the text line that said Mike Tomlin is the 21st century George Allen. That's a really good comp. I'm not sure what your name is. If you want to text that in, I will happily say it on the radio. It's a good comp because Mike Tomlin was never great outside of a couple years, one in which he won a Super Bowl and another where they went, 15-1?
Yeah, I think so.
But then crashed out in the playoffs.
Right.
He was never a great coach. He was a good coach. I'll be honest with you. I think the same thing of John Harbaugh. I think Jim Harbaugh is a great coach. John Harbaugh is a good coach with a really good pedigree that pretty well knows what he's doing, but he has a very old-school mindset. It always leads his teams into injuries, and he's never going to be great because of it. Tomlin's a good coach. Mike McCarthy's a good coach. McCarthy's also a guy that you're not married to. Mike McCarthy, to me, with the Pittsburgh Steelers, feels like a weird rebound relationship after you had a really long-term marriage split up and end in divorce.
All right, you go down to Greenfield Avenue, you pick up Mike McCarthy, and you run it back downtown.
Bingo.
Yeah.
This feels like I have been divorced twice. I can tell you in the year after both of my divorces in the state of North Carolina, you had to be separated for a year, I made some decisions that could be considered not all that intelligent.
Yeah, you found your Mike McCarthy's.
Because you're just trying your best to not think about all of where your life is sitting. You're looking around, you're way older than you were the last time you were single, and you just don't want to deal with it. So you make some decisions that are less than bright. I think Mike McCarthy is a safe way for the Pittsburgh Steelers to blow it up if they want to. Because let's just say, I pulled up the schedule so I could give actual identifiers of the games that I was talking about. I'm looking at the schedule for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm going to level. It's not overly daunting early. They get Atlanta week 1, who probably will be without James Pierce.
Yep.
Then, yes, you do have to go to New England. From there, you go to Cincinnati, who never wins games in September. You go to Cleveland, who's awful. To Indianapolis, who's awful. Indianapolis, that's in Pittsburgh. You go to Tampa Bay, who I think will regress horribly this year. The best team I think you play in this run is New Orleans, and that game's international.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And
then you play Cleveland again before a bye week. Here's my conspiracy theory. I'm not saying Pittsburgh knew that was coming. What I am saying is that 8 games right there can make or break Mike McCarthy's career as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me explain to you what I'm referring to. If you lose to Atlanta in week 1, bad start.
Yep.
Because you'll get housed in week 2 by New England. That makes me think there's a great chance you'll lose to Cincinnati, even though they never win games in September. And you could wind up tripping up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. That would put you at 3-5 to start the season, and I'll go ahead and tell you Mike McCarthy's as good as fired. It might not be after a year, but you're not going to recover from that because you don't have the pieces to recover from that. Because after the bye, you have to go to Cincinnati, to Philadelphia, Denver, Houston, at Jacksonville, Baltimore, Carolina, at Tennessee, and at Baltimore. Do you see how that is significantly tougher on the backside?
Oh, yeah.
If you start 3-5, we haven't lost more than 8 games in a season in 20-some-odd years, that'll end. Because you will lose a handful of those games on the backside. The conspiracy theory comes into Mike Tomlin was the one guy. He's a Pittsburgh guy. He is a Yinzer.
Yeah.
It doesn't rock the boat. We didn't take a swing, and if we go 5-12, we look like idiots because we fired Mike Tomlin. He's a rebound. That's all he is. Now, every once in a while, a rebound can turn into a long-term relationship because let me take those first 8 games and do it in a much more nice way. If you beat Atlanta, you beat Cincinnati, you beat Cleveland, now you're 3-1, you got a little momentum, you probably beat Indianapolis, you probably beat Tampa Bay, and you probably beat New Orleans, and you probably beat Cleveland, and now you've started 7-1. Nobody will be upset that you fired Mike Tomlin if you start 7-1. I don't care if you finish 7-10. It doesn't matter because you started hot. You started hot, everything was working, and then I can blame it on injuries, I can blame it on an old quarterback, I can blame it on all kinds of things. All kinds of things.
Yeah.
But if you start poorly, you can get out of this in a year. And then you're looking to draft a quarterback, develop a quarterback, and you actually hit rock bottom. I'm not so sure that Pittsburgh doesn't want to hit rock bottom. I agree with what Roger said. I agree with what Trey said. The fan base believes they are above bottoming out. But what if I put us in a position that we're either going to sink or swim? And that's what I think the Rooneys have done here. I gave you a coach that has won a Super Bowl. Yes, it was a long time ago, but it was also with the quarterback he is currently starting with this team,
right?
Who is way older. There's a lot of buts that come into this.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I hired a Super Bowl winning head coach to replace a Super Bowl winning head coach. I said this during the process, and I can't 100% tell you why I think this, but I can just tell you there were some things around some NFL events that I've been at this year. I think they wanted to hire Nate Schilhaus. If you don't know who that is, he's the offensive coordinator of the Los Angeles Rams. He's never called plays. This will be his first year doing that with the Rams. I think they wanted to hire him. But they knew if they fired Mike Tomlin and then they went 5-12, they looked stupid. And so they went through the process. They figured out Mike McCarthy was the rebound girl. And now they're just going to see – they're just hanging out. How many friends you ever had tell you that about a girl they introduced you to at a Bennigan's?
Just hanging out.
We're just hanging out. We're just seeing where things go.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she's not my girlfriend per se. She's more like a friend that so happens to be a girl. That's where they're at with Mike McCarthy. There's no buy-in here. They haven't done anything to this roster that should make you think they're customizing it to Mike McCarthy. What does that tell you?
Yep.
They're not actually sold on him. They just knew they were stuck. And Mike McCarthy is as unobjectionable of a hire as you could have. And now they have taken this roster. This roster is like that 3D art painting that you used to see. Do you remember those back in the 90s or early 2000s? Depending on how you looked at it, it could be 10 different things.
Yep.
If I want to look at the Pittsburgh Steelers and see a contender, I'm going to look at a really good pass rush, a really good front, a good developing young line, 2 gigantic receivers on the outside, and you added Rico Dowdle to firm up the running game. If I want to see it that way, that's how I see the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, if I want to see it from a negative point of view, I see an aging defense with a secondary that I don't particularly believe in, a quarterback that's 443 years old, that hasn't really been around through any of the process in the OTAs, probably won't do a ton in training camp, and we're going to figure out what he is at 43 years old in September. Which one of those is actually what you're looking at? We're going to find out in September. The only thing I will tell you is if this goes awry, don't be shocked if Mike McCarthy's a one and done. I said it the day they hired him. Don't be shocked if he's a one and done. Because if this goes super sideways, the Rooneys won't stand for it. But behind closed doors, they'll be going, got a shot at a quarterback. Best quarterback class of all time. We got a shot at a quarterback. It could be Lenora Stellars instead of Arch Manning.
I would like that.
But we got a shot at a quarterback. We have a slew of texts on the text line discussing this.
And a caller still.
Oh, we have a call, which we'll get to in just a second. Shadow 6482 was the name of who said that George Allen and Mike Tomlin are versions of one another. We also got a text from Draft Yoda, Bill Workman, who said Canadian geese are Canadian spy drones. Question, is it crazy to think that Mike Norvell gets shown the door before Halloween? My God, I hope so. As a lifelong Florida State fan, I'd show him the door right now. I'll be honest with you. I would put the door in the Atlantic Ocean, and I would navigate it for him to get him out of Tallahassee. I never thought I would despise a coach more than I despised Willie Taggart. I found a way. I actually actively miss Jimbo Fisher, and that pained me to say. Our guy Antonio said, let's not forget Mike McCarthy was given the Dallas job too. Only other person Jerry interviewed was Marvin Lewis, and we all knew that wasn't going to happen. This is the second time, and that's a really good point by Antonio. This is the second time I feel like Mike McCarthy's been brought in, and he basically just got the Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies.
Yep.
It is what it is. We have two texts from our buddy Havoc. First one was, what about the rumors that Sam Darnold – wait a minute. I don't know what that means. Sam Darnold didn't retire. Oh, Aaron Donald. I know where you were headed with that. That was an autocorrect on a text. I know exactly what you meant. That Aaron Donald might come out of retirement and play with Myles Garrett. I'm going to think of a judicious way to say this. You ever have that friend growing up that always had a secret that he wanted to he really wanted you to ask about, but he really didn't want to tell you?
Didn't want to say, yeah.
I'm starting to feel that way about Aaron Donald. He's pulling all these jerseys out of the closet in his house, and it's like, if you're coming back, why do you not just say it? I mean, the Rams don't do anything in OTAs anyway, so it's not like you're going to be going through camp here.
Right.
You're going to show up at the last minute if you show up. If not, then so be it. But you go through this many Instagrams and social media videos. I think he's coming back, but every passing day that he doesn't and every Instagram video I see from him makes me believe that just a little bit less. He also had another one that said, I see the narrative about Cam Ward struggling at minicamp. The same thing happened to Caleb Williams and Drake May last minicamp. They both played much better than the rookie year. So I'm lost on people saying Ward's now a bust. Please explain the phenomenon. Well, Havoc, that's a really good question. And I'm glad you asked it. You put in a bunch of names there that I really want to talk about. We got to take a commercial break. We can't do that same thing I did in the last hour and just forget to do one for 45 minutes. Apologies. I'm still learning. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. We will discuss that on the other side of this commercial break. You're in overtime right here on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-IHEART.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. The message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $50.
All right, so can the phone line hear me?
Enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird.
Yes, phone line can hear you.
Okay, one judgment.
Perfect.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Copy and paste it. This is the great conspiracy that
Welcome to Y'all Call Wally with Waldrop Plumbing, Air, and Electric's Wally the Walrus. Let's go to our first caller. How can we help you, Steve?
Yeah, Wally, how do I know if my AC is making cold air like it used to?
Well, when you hold your hand in front of it, is it cold?
Yeah, he's still hanging on the line, so we need to get him on when we come back.
10-4. I was trying to send you a text of, can he hear me?
It's going to be stinking hot out.
Oh, no, he can't. He can't. Well, you can hear him.
You should call us.
He can hear you, but you can't hear him. I have no way to feed him down to you. Well, maybe.
No, I can hear him talking to you.
That's right. Now that I'm doing it now. Oh yeah, y'all can talk. Well,
something isn't
not that you're an average
can you hear him,
there,
Jeremy?
Steve. As a
Yeah, I can hear him.
listener, I'm
Oh,
sure
perfect.
you're
Y'all can have a
definitely
conversation.
above
Perfect.
Dr. Jeremy Greene, the living legend. You hear my NFL draft game?
What's up, man? Is this Howie?
Now, join us again next time, folks, on
Hey, man, I appreciate you. We just launched we launched a new driver down here in Greenville, and this is our first time using it, so we're going through all the processes of who can hear what and what goes where.
Because it's a real phone rather than the Streamline chat or whatever you call it.
Yep. This one's a real phone, so we had to go through the process of figuring out, okay, this one's got to go here. Thankfully, I have Trey, because I would never, ever, ever figure it out.
I just talked to, if you guys did that, whatever it's called, Streamline, you send the link from your YouTube, and then you get to choose who joins, and it's a lot better audio.
What was that called?
Streamline, all one word.
I am meeting with the boss tomorrow, and I'm going to bring that up for our studio in Asheville, because our studio in Asheville, the phones just don't work.
It's a free service. Streamline, all you do is just make your own account, register, and then I think you got to give them your YouTube email when you made your first YouTube account. And, I mean,
I can definitely do that.
It's easy.
Hey, Trey, how long do we have till we come back?
5 seconds.
Perfect. That's what I thought it was. Howie will be right with you. You're back in overtime here on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. He's Trey Falco. I am at the NFL Draft Nerd, Jeremy Greene. It's our weekly time to just catch up and check in with our friends, see what they thought of the week that was, what they're burning on today. And we got a great friend on the line that I've actually never spoken to. Howie is on the line. How you doing tonight, Howie?
Doing really good, brother. Dr. Jeremy Greene in the house.
I appreciate you. He has been a longtime commenter in our YouTube chat, and he is one of those people that, you know, when your life is lived out on social media, you have a lot of people that say ugly things about you.
Yeah.
Tank and I have learned to just not care. Trey's right there with me. It's always refreshing when you have somebody that just always says nice things, and Howie is one of those people, and I greatly appreciate him.
I just learned 10 minutes ago that you've been divorced twice. I didn't see you as the divorceable type. I'm being honest.
Oh, my two ex-wives trust me, they could give you a laundry list of reasons. They did me. At least they did me. They might not do it to a stranger. I don't know.
But I didn't know you were also.
It's, in life, I got very lucky the third time. My current wife she is the most patient, beautiful woman you'll ever meet in your life. I was young, and I was not always the nicest of people.
Some people just like to learn once, twice, or 3 times, but it's better than not learning it at all.
I was the kid that, the light socket and I had a love-hate relationship until I was about 14. But, you live and you learn.
Okay. I want to do 2 things here. I got an agenda for Mike Tomlin, and then I want to switch it to an NBA conspiracy.
I love it.
And I provided 2 website links for the NBA conspiracy in the chat if you want to get 30 seconds or a couple of minutes ahead of me.
All right.
Mike Tomlin, absolute love him. Everyone respects him. Great character. The standard is the standard. That standard is now gone. He's gone. The standard's gone. And they brought in the hometown Mike McCarthy. He's one and done. He might not even last the full season. He's just the hometown kid that always wanted to coach 10 games. Pittsburgh Steelers are tanking, even though you can't tank in the NBA anymore. The NFL, you're still allowed to tank for a quarterback, and that's the proper move. Mike Tomlin wouldn't do it, so he's going to be on TV next year.
I think you very well could be right. The Tomlin hire screamed to me, rebound. Just, if it works, great. If it doesn't, we're going to have some fun, and then we'll go on about our lives in a year.
Mike McCarthy is the most unmotivational speaker you've ever had in your life. He does not inspire anything.
Oh, he's the Matt Foley. Oh, God, now I'm going to have to do that. He's the Matt Foley of the NFL.
Yeah, he will put you to sleep with his non-play calling like he did to Dallas. He's going to do it to Pittsburgh. They're going to not like it, but they'll probably get a good quarterback.
That's the beauty of it. This is, if you were ever going to have a year where, you know what, we're just seeing where the chits lie, this is the year to do it, because you could end up at 12 and still wind up with a franchise quarterback.
I think it was about 2 weeks ago on a weekend. You were going through the I don't know. You said about 6 first rounders. I forget the exact number.
I have 7 that so long as
I haven't even got to the next year's draft yet.
So long as I've got 7 quarterbacks in this class that so long as their feet and hands are attached to their body when we get to April, they should go in the first round.
Yeah, that's impressive. NAL is doing some drastic moves in all sports, and a lot of it's for the good. But there's always a shadow mystery side that will reveal itself at some time.
The NIL side of it is interesting, and what's funny is I actually had an agent that prognosticated this would happen. That one day you're going to have that 1 year you're going to have a combination of quarterbacks that are all really good with a high upside, but they don't necessarily have a ton of tape, and they're all going to come back, and we're going to have a super class. It took 5 years,
and that's the best class. 83
was a banger. 2000. Let's see, 2000.
Marino and Elway and a Jets bust.
Kenny O'Brien was not a bust. He should have been Dan Marino, but Kenny O'Brien was he had an arm. He was sadly enough the second best quarterback in the history of the New York Jets.
Don't listen to the negative Marino talk. Shut your eyes. He's the one.
Oh, no. I mean, trust me. I still look at Dan Marino and have to bat my eyes, and it happened 4 years before I was born. But Ken O'Brien is the second greatest living New York Jets quarterback, and that is a sad thing that I just said and 100% meant.
Can you remember any of the other 3?
Oh, let's see. Who was in that year? That was – who did go in that year? I think there were 6 that went that year.
Yeah, 6 in the first round. Marino was the last of the 6.
Who all went in that class?
The first that almost held out.
I know Jim Kelly was in that class.
He almost went to the Yankees baseball.
Yeah, it was Elway. Todd Blackledge, I think, was in that class.
Oh, yeah, there's the boss.
Jim Kelly.
That's got Raiders written all over it.
There's another one, and it's going to come to me at a time that I'm probably just going to scream it.
I'm Rippin, but I'm probably wrong.
It's going to come to me in a second. I'm trying not to Google it. Tony Eason. Tony Eason. Sorry, I screamed to the point of I heard me through your phone. I knew I was going to do that. All right, what's your now you got me curious. Now you got me curious. What's your NBA conspiracy theory?
Okay. I provided 2 websites in the chat. The second one is a U.S. patent. I'm going off memory. It's either by it's in 2014 when the NBA switched basketballs from Spalding to the Wilson brand. The first website I provided in the chat is the brand new and currently used by the NBA Wilson Connected Smart Ball. So they got sensors in it, and it's marketed as the sensor that's embedded in the basketball registers information from the sensor that you have in the hoop, and it can be sent to your phone or computer, however you set it up, and it's for the purpose of learning information on your shooting practice. So if you have the right arc and the right speed and the right this and that, you have made a shot, and we know it because of all the thousands of previous shots.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
And so if you look at the connected smart ball, now That was 2014 and Bluetooth compatible, all that. And then if you start reading the patent, they're already telling you what they're going to do in the future. And it sounds a little more like maybe there might be a magnet. Maybe we can, if you're not dunking the ball and you're 7 feet away, maybe we can help misses become makes, especially for three-point land if they're high enough arc and of a slower than average speed. It says it in the patent, and the patent's a lot of pages. You got to read a lot.
Oh, a patent is aggressive.
And I was in a chat after the Knicks won the championship, and I'm a Bulls fan. I wanted to see how bad Knicks fans were. That was my curiosity.
I thought they were awesome. I don't know if you had the same experience I did. I thought New York Knicks fans were, because I was worried about that. Look, I worked around the Jets for years. I've seen the ugly of New York sports fans, and they're obviously in the city. There was rioting. There always is around. I was actually shocked how gracious Knicks fans were.
Outdo Philly fans when they were in the streets with the horses and all the manure and whatnot.
I found them to be incredibly gracious. Now, I did.
It was. They were surprising.
I loved it. For me, that will be. I mean, look, and I'm a backslid NBA fan. I don't love where it's gone. I was a player. I was a coach. Richmond Weaver and I talk about this all the time. I don't love where the game has gone. I'm not 100% sure I can put my thumb on how to fix it, but I don't love where it is.
The commissioner. It's the worst commissioner, and he's probably the first one that would cheat as long as he didn't get caught.
The funny thing is that Adam Silver was the first lineage of commissioners that ever really made sense. Going from David Stern to who was unbelievable to Adam Silver. We knew it was coming for years. He has seriously gotten worse every year he's been in power.
Oil and water, totally different morals, ethics, priorities. Just everything is opposite and for the worse.
It's shocking to me because he was such a good deputy commissioner, and then he got in the big boy chair, and it's like he's done everything in his power to make this sport. I mean,
on Star Wars, he keeps getting uglier.
I mean, that play-in tournament, just all of these things that don't matter.
Should we or should we not raise a banner for winning the useless play mid-season tournament, or is it an actual championship?
That's one of those things, and a lot of sports shows do that, and I'm not going to lie, I've done it before, of if you could change one thing about a sport, what would it be? And I'm not going to lie to you. If there was one thing I could change about the NBA right now, it would be the commissioner.
It would be the commissioner, and on my top 10, it would be fines for flopping. So you can retroactively, since they love to retroactively do things, they can retroactively watch a game that a player played in, and if you egregiously flop, we can pop you for $5 or $10 because we love to find football players for hitting too hard. We'll just do the opposite. You were acting too gracefully as you did not get hit in the NBA. Will a flop or LeBron or Reggie Miller started it, but now you got half the players doing it on purpose.
Oh, I mean, between the NBA and soccer, there are some outrageously good actors in these two sports.
LeBron has basically had the number one perfect NBA body, and I'm not a fan of his, but I will respect him and say good job maintaining the perfect NBA body for over 20 years. Well done, sir. But you can't tell me a 250, 60-pound man just falls over that much and slides that far across the court out of bounds as he got mysteriously fouled and wasn't touched.
LeBron is one of those great mystery cases of he's such a good player. I mean, and I'm not a LeBron guy at all, but if the top of the heap is not Michael and LeBron, you can put them in whatever order you want to. For me, it's Michael clearly 1, LeBron 2. But those are the top two of the heap.
11. I can give you my top 11 or 13 if you want, and then I have a cheer break.
Oh, let's see. I've got some interesting ones. I think ours would probably be different, but I am interested.
Oh, drastically different. Bill Russell's not in my top 39.
He would. That leads to an interesting aside.
That's about a 10-minute story. I have to fully explain that one.
That one leads to an interesting aside. We're up against a commercial break, but I will say I am one of those guys that to me, you almost can't compare guys across 3 generations. You got to look at Bill Russell. If Bill Russell was great at his time, it would not have looked the same in 2010.
Than he was a basketball player, in my opinion, and that's about 10 minutes of me explaining why Bill Russell's my 40th, and Dennis Rodman, who's the exact opposite, and has 5 championships, is number 41 on my all-time list.
Dennis Rodman was a special guy. I also have to, just as an aside, say there was a guy outside of the dome in San Antonio wearing a Dennis Rodman jersey that he came prepared for violence. If you haven't seen the videos, they are a sight to behold.
I haven't, but I know that man has character.
He was definitely a character. Howie, we appreciate you more than we can say, especially for hanging on the line. We were making sure the phone lines were working, so thank you for your patience and thank you for the call, my friend.
Have a good day, sir.
Absolutely. It's just that simple. That's how you get involved in the program. That's what we do here on Overtime. You can get involved on the text line. Text lines, 864-777-9593, or you can call us just like Howie did, 864-240-5480. Trey, it's officially that time. It's closing time. It's the last call.
Oh, yeah.
Last call for text messages, phone calls, all the things here in Overtime on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Hey, y'all. It's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. Spent a lot of time pitching heat. Years later, the pain in my joints reminds me
I
of
could
those
talk
days,
to that dude
but
for
I'm
a
not
real
looking to
long
sit
time
still,
about
and I
sports.
definitely am not interested in
Oh,
going
yeah, that was a
under
good
the knife.
conversation.
That's why
Dude,
I
he's
do
listened to our
QC
show for a long time. He is one of genuinely the nicest people. If I had $1 for every time it had just been a bad day and Howie said something kind, I'd have about $80.
Recovery, whether it's your knees,
Well,
hips,
that's good
shoulders,
money.
or back. My friends at QC
See, we
Kinetics
can't
will help
take
you
phone
get
calls
through
up here because
weekends so you
our
can get
phone
back
lines
to doing
cut
the
in
things
and
you
out.
love.
Meet face to face with a QC.
So even when we do interviews, we have to do them over Zoom.
Video call today. Find out if you're a candidate.
I trusted QC Kinetics to
Why don't you set
help
up
me
a
feel
text
like
line
myself again,
we've
and
got
I'm
here?
proud
You
to
take phone
recommend
calls
them
on
to
text
you.
line. You run it through the board.
So the safest way I can say that is, I'm trying to say this in the nicest way humanly possible. I'm really stupid, and I don't know how to do that. So our board in Asheville looks nothing like your board in Greenville.
At the Lost Cajun
Well, how do you
in
do
downtown
the
Greenville and on Pelham
How do I
Road.
do the what?
Dive into
Zoom calls.
mouth-watering seafood.
The Zoom calls go through, it's a different server. They come through Tank's computer,
This Father's Day weekend, it's time to celebrate.
but the audio has to come through mine. I'm not going to lie to you. There's a wiring in between my computer and Tank's that I'm pretty sure Andrew and John Hewitt would have to come in here and really boil down on to figure out what we did.
Hey, I've worked at a place
Hi,
like
I'm
that.
Jack Nicholas.
Dude, if our sound card ever goes
Now
bad,
I'm focused on a new challenge.
we will be silent for 3 weeks in this studio because I have no idea how we made this thing work.
A rare and progressive heart
Mitch randomly came in here one night after he had been let go from here. He came in to do some contract work, and I just asked him, "Hey, can you make my computer run through the board?" I left. I came back, and everything was wired right, and every time I touch something, something breaks.
Tell your doctor about all your medications, medical conditions, and if you have liver problems or nursing, pregnant, or planned.
We have a really big super chat, so we will get to that as soon as we come back. We got a couple texts. I'll throw out the phone numbers again.
Okay.
In health and in golf, it's important to manage your game. Take charge. Be informed. Ask your doctor about ATTRCM and Vindamax. And tell them Jack sent you.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you
Say it
love
again.
to travel, Capital
I
One
said
has a
somebody else
rewards
just texted
credit
in,
card
never
that's
mind.
perfect for you.
Oh, 10-4.
With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Before your child goes to a friend's house, there are a few things you probably ask.
Will there be an adult home? Do you have any pets?
These conversations feel normal.
And one more thing. Do you have any unlocked guns in the home?
That conversation should feel normal too. Gun injuries are the leading cause of death for children and teens in the U.S. We can all agree that shouldn't be the case. Let's agree to agree. Talk to other parents. Talk to your child. Just talk about gun safety. Learn more at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world.
We're back in overtime here, 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. And Trey, I'm going to warn you. We have about 15 minutes left in this show.
Oh, okay.
The next 15 minutes are going to be a borderline fever dream. Because a lot of things just happened that need to be discussed. We're going to start in our YouTube chat. One of our great listeners along this has super chatted, so if you could hit me a sounder of your choosing, sir.
Oh, it didn't play.
Say what again?
There we go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. He's long this said the NBA and NHL combined are less than the NFL. Get here, football. I couldn't agree more with what he just said right there. I have enjoyed the NBA and I have enjoyed the NHL over the last 2 weeks.
But it's not football.
But my God, I'm ready for the end of July. August 6th, I will be at the Hall of Fame game, and I cannot wait. So long this, we greatly appreciate you. All the super chats, all the texts, all the phone calls. You guys are literally the best part of what we do. Now, Trey, I need you to hit the breaking news button.
Oh, I have that.
It's from Tom Pelissero. It's been retweeted by Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter. And I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. Nanny, natty, boo-boo, stickhead, and doo-doo. I tried to tell you. Star quarterback Brandon Sorsby is applying to enter the NFL supplemental draft.
Well, there we go.
I tried to tell you that this was how this was going to go. I said it on the Daily Show today. I knew this was how this was going to go because the pressure on Texas Tech had gotten too great. You got a judge to say he's eligible. Awesome. We got 3 months before you play a game, and we can litigate this out 6 times between now and then. This is one of the biggest stories you'll hear in June in the NFL for years. Because this could change all kinds of things. So first of all, I want to give a shout-out to our guy Soaring Eagle who sent this to me in a text, telling me what had happened.
Yeah.
And now I need you to understand that there's about 4 teams in the NFL that are legit a quarterback away from being, I'm not going to say contenders.
Right.
But I'll say way, way better than they are right now. You feel free to tell me if you disagree with anything I'm getting ready to say.
Okay.
In terms of needing a quarterback, the Minnesota Vikings,
Yep.
the New York Jets,
Yep.
the Atlanta Falcons,
Yes.
and the Indianapolis Colts. I'll also throw in the Pittsburgh Steelers, even though I don't think they'll do that because of the connection between Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers. And because they've drafted 2 in the last 2 years.
Did I pass out there? Did you? Were the Cardinals? Did you say the Cardinals?
The Arizona Cardinals, the defense is awful.
Okay. Oh, to be a contender. I'm just thinking that it just needs a quarterback. Sorry, yeah.
Those are 5 teams that I think in terms of what they currently have.
Right, I got you.
With a legit quarterback, you could contend to be a back-end playoff team. The Cardinals, I was probably being a little generous because the defense is just absolutely an abject disaster.
Yeah.
The Jets, all right, so I'll switch out the Steelers and the Cardinals. The Jets, the Steelers, the Vikings, and the Atlanta Falcons are 4 teams that do not have a quarterback, but they have rosters that are good enough to be competitive in this league. The Jets are really young. The Steelers are pretty old. The other 2 are right down the middle of being competitive, but they don't have a quarterback.
Right.
Well, guess what, boys and girls? Right here, 2.5 months before the season starts, you got one.
No, it's mock draft season.
You got one,
go.
And he is ready and willing for the taking. And this one's fun because it's basically a glorified auction.
Yeah.
If you don't know how the supplemental draft works, you go 1 to 32. Are you making a pick in this round? Yes or no? Goes in reverse order of last year's draft order. This will be a real good time to point out who had the second pick in the draft last year.
Oh, God, I already forgot.
It's the New York Jets.
It was.
How many picks do the Jets have in the first round next year?
3, right?
It's 3. It's 3. Don't be shocked if the New York Jets use a second-round pick on Brandon Sorsby. We have another Super Chat, so if you want to hit a sounder button for me.
Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
You crush it with sound buttons. I appreciate that so much. It's also a big old biggin from Long This. We appreciate him a great deal. Do you draft a quarterback with gambling issues before he even gets into the NFL? Does the NFL still have 17 rounds? This is a question that I've been asked a lot over the last few days about Brandon Sorsby. And it's not even a few days. This has been over the last few weeks. Yeah. That is something that NFL teams are going to have to do their due diligence on aggressively. Is when can you get to him? How much of your front office and your staff can you get to him to feel comfortable with whatever he is? Because, look, the gambling thing, I'll go ahead and tell you, there are teams in this league that wouldn't touch him just because of that. But then you get back to the talent of the kid. If he had been able to play at Texas Tech this year, and I've said this on record multiple times, I think he would have been a first-round pick in this upcoming draft. There would have been a lot of questions of him at the combine. There would have been a lot of psych profiles. NFL teams employ former FBI profilers to deal with guys like this.
Yeah.
So there would be a lot of questions of this kid, and there's going to be a lot of questions of this kid. But at some point, talent wins. And he is a super talented kid. This has now just become, it was the biggest story of the college football offseason. Mm-hmm. It's now the biggest story in the NFL. And this will be the first show you hear it on because it literally just happened. This will dominate the headlines for 48 hours. I know nothing beyond the legwork of what we did when we figured this was how this was going to go a month ago. I don't know what has changed. I don't know where any of this goes. The only thing I can tell you is that we will be doing a show at noon tomorrow. You can find it at the Sportsocracy iHeartRadio app. I am going to spend the next 15 hours doing my damnedest to get the best recon that I can of how do NFL teams feel right now, because we learned things in the legal proceeding about Brandon Sorsby that we didn't know. So now we know he bet on his team. He bet on his team to lose. How much is that going to matter now that the rubber's met the road? Now it's not just hypothetically what would your team do. It is me asking the question, where do you view this guy? And it's going to be the biggest story in sports for the next week. That is shocking breaking news coming in right here as the sun goes down on the East Coast. It never stops. It just never stops.
Oh, yeah.
Havoc asked a question before we got on the line with Howie that I do want to touch on. We can elaborate a little bit more on this tomorrow as well. He was talking about Cam Ward. Where does the phenomenon of mini camp, second-year mini camp, and the kid's just automatically a bust? I'm going to be honest with you. The best answer I have for you in short form, because we are up against it time-wise, is teams get really – they think that quarterbacks are just going to descend from the draft and be an immediate savior. What's burning Cam Ward right now is that we just saw Drake May do it in year 2. We saw Jaden Daniels do it in year 1. And teams are comparing the guy they took to guys that weren't even in the same draft class. Quarterbacks are – there are 10,000 routes you can take with a quarterback. Cam Ward, to me, is perfectly on path of where he should be. And I think things are going – if you ask Tennessee, you got him into a room and you pumped him full of truth serum, they would tell you, we feel good about Cam Ward, where he's headed and where things are. The problem is that fans and the media are very impatient.
Yeah.
And I think it sours the narrative because you start getting some of these beat writers that get in it for clicks and they want the fan base to agree with them. Cam Ward, to me, is a really good quarterback prospect. I think he will be much better in year 2 now that he's got weapons. It appears that the connection between him and Carnell Tate is solid. I think I think everything will be just fine with Cam Ward. I will do my best to get as much information on Brandon Sorsby as I can. Cam Ward, that one, I don't need information. I know what I saw. And at the end of last year, that kid looked like he was figuring it out. And that's what I'm after. I think he's figuring it out. We're going to go rapid fire through text messages. Bill Workman, if Aaron Donald unretires, he needs to borrow the Stone Cold Glass Shatter and run out on the field. I agree with that wholeheartedly. He also said there's a chance that England and the USA can play on July 4th in the World Cup. I don't know what needs to happen, but we need that now. I agree wholeheartedly.
Yes.
Alex Sanner, with a couple text messages, said, as a 27-year Knicks fan, we already know that we can be rowdy, but the Spurs made the series hostile by the actions of Wemby on Jalen Brunson and jumping at OG's knees, etc. He also said, never understood why Sorsby is such a big deal, and everyone's glossing over one very important detail. He gambled underage in 2 states. He could go to jail for it, and all this goes away. The chances of him going to jail for it are virtually zero. But as Long This said, he disagreed with everything I said and said no one will touch him. That's entirely possible. I'm going to do my best to get the information. And one more from Shadow. He said, to win, okay. To lose, would not touch on Sorsby. It was a wild last 20 minutes. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. We'll be back next Monday at 7 right here on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and crabs.
You remember that thing I said in the last 15 minutes is going to be a fever dream?
For our home team.
I wasn't lying.
You don't win, it's a shame. Because it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the ball game.
Root for the Upstate's home team. For tickets, visit GreenvilleDrive.com.
Liberty Mutual customized this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom to you. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save.
Still there?
Yeah, man.
Sorry, I accidentally turned you off and couldn't hear you anymore.
Oh, you're good.
I'm still getting used to not having a cue.
You are good, dude.
Well, that was a hell of a last 20 minutes.
100%. I told you, I was like, this is going to be a fever dream because I saw that breaking news and I went, well, all the things that I had saved here for the end, nope.
All out the window.
Nope. Live radio, boys and girls. Oh, that was fun.
I enjoyed it.
That was fun. I will be back in Greenville next Monday.
Okay, cool.
We're
see your face.
Do what?
I said I'll get to see your face.
Yes, sir. I'm actually staying down there next Monday night, so I'll be down there Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, we're I think we have finally gotten all the issues of who can sell what and who goes where. And I have been in meetings all day.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah, well,
at least you didn't have your 2 o'clock meeting. That clears up your schedule a little bit.
no, I said I'm not doing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I said I'm not doing that. And so Zach canceled it. Because I asked him, I was like, why does this keep popping up on my calendar? And so I think he just canceled it and sent it to who it does apply to, or I don't know what he did.
Yeah.
I met with him for 5 hours today, and you know what's funny? That did not come up, not one time.
That's probably for the best. It got canceled today, so we didn't even have it.
Yeah, he's been up here all day. Drew was up here, too.
Oh, nice. I've yet to meet Drew.
He's a great guy.
I've heard good things about him.
Oh, he's a great guy. He was the first person when I saw when I walked in the door today.
Oh, nice.
I mean, you know how early I coming from Asheville to Greenville?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that changes coming to Asheville is that my drive to work is 5 minutes instead of an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh,
so you can assume how early I get here.
Yeah.
I walked in the door. All the morning shows were happening. I went back to the coffee pot to make a pot of coffee because somehow none of our morning people drink a lot of coffee. So I get here at 7:15, 7:30, and the pot's dry. So I went to make coffee, and I felt a hand on my shoulder that scared the absolute bejesus out of me because there's never anybody in there. And it was Drew. Yeah. He's a great dude.
Oh, man.